So what I can do, I can go back to my terminal window, I can hit Control and C, and that's going to shut down my local server now. So if I try to go to localhost 5000 now, it's 404ing on me. Can't get any interconnection. It's gone. Connection is refused. Literally turned off. And I wanted to turn that off because the next step I'm going to do now, I'm going to deploy this screen. So I'm going to use the command AEK deploy and press enter. And this is going to then check my auth for me, which I'm already authed in, which is great. And it's going to ask me where I want to target. Well, for you, again, you'll have a drop-down list of 3. You'll have your live environment. You'll have number 2 and number 3. You might have a few more, a few less, depending on what you've got. But you'll be able to pick your environment which you want to deploy to. And once you've done that, you can press enter. And then this is going to go off to the registry. So you can see here, it's saying that there is no version currently in the registry, but I've got a current working version locally of version 1. So now it's going to do a pre-deploy. It's going to get my CSS file, it's going to transpile it. Webpack's now going to really kick in, and it's going to really minimize and compress everything. So we were up to 3.2 meg. We've now dropped it down to 320 KB. Again, you can make the size a bit smaller by removing some of the CSS assets if you don't need them. I've just left them in for now. Once it's kind of packaged everything up and it's kept it as into a production environment for us, it's going to tell me that it's going to push it over to the registry. So the registry now will have a package in there if you log in as me, which will have SB weather tile and it will have version 1. If I deploy a second version, then both version 1 and 2 will be there, and I'll be able to pull down whichever version I like at any time. And even if you've done 15 versions, there will be all 15 versions there available for you on the registry. So you can pull those down at any time. After it's done that, it just tile zips it up just for easy for transferring files around so we don't miss anything. And the final thing that you're really kind of looking for is this deploy successful line. And you can see here, it's gone in and it's got my tile and it's tile zipped it all up for me and it's given me my public paths, which is great. So everything's all logged in, everything's all ready, everything's looking nice. So that's all good. So what I can do now, I can go in and log in to my CU Dev, obviously using the App Manager area. So I'll just open a new tab. Obviously this is going to prompt me for details. So username and password. And I'm just going to come in here and I'll just search for my CU Dev. Again, you guys will have a slightly different setup because obviously you've got the different versions and obviously you'll only be able to see yours which are available. So in my CU Dev, I'm going to click on the AEK area and then I'm going to go into AEK screens. And then I'm going to search for my tile. Which is not there, ladies and gentlemen. So let's give it a full log out, just in case it is not happy. Deployed, fine. Created, fine. No last errors on the Webpack. Okay, let's try that one again. There we go. So pop that back over. Do apologise for that. If I give it a refresh, and we can actually just do that again, just so you can see how that works. AEK screens, SB-weather, and hit search. That's now bringing up my AEK tile. I'm using the search because obviously this area which I'm in at the moment is a development environment and it has a lot of screens in it. Hopefully yours won't be as chaos and chaotic as this area, but the search is there just to kind of help you pinpoint it. And you can see here it's saying that, you know, this is the project name and this is the main JSX file which we've been creating. Like I said, if there were 2 separate JSX files in the entry points, then obviously you would have 2 of these. You'd have main and main 2. and they would obviously work alongside each other. But I can click into here, and this is basically just telling me some more information about it. But the main button which I'm going to focus on is the View button. And the View button allows me to look at this tile before it's even been put onto a menu option, which is great. It means I can have a quick preview of it, see what it looks like, and then close it down. So what I normally try and do as well is just make sure I'm still logged in to the area which I want to be logged into in a browser, just so there's no issues with any cookies or pass-throughs. So when I click View, it should come up and load all of my weather information. It is not. Now I'm getting my don't panic message, which means something has gone wrong. And we can have a look through here and have a quick inspection on the errors. But it looks like we are having a look at this. We can see that the request has been blocked because it was a HTTP request over a HTTPS request. That's why. We're on a secure network and it's not going to allow us to do that request at all. So I can put back into Atom, and I can scroll up and I can see where my request is. There it is. That's the culprit, which is the HTTPS change. I can now hit save. I can now go back into my terminal. And now I want to deploy. But this is going to be a new version because I've changed my code. And the way to do that is just using -n. And this signifies to the deployment in AAK that this is a new version. So there might be a version in the registry which is very useful to use, but I want to create a new version, please. And all this will do is just bump the version number up by 1. So we'll go see what's currently in the registry, see your working version, and increment that version number by 1. And again, it does the same type of thing. It will go off and do a CSS transpile. It will get everything set up and ready for you. It will compress everything down, and it will then deploy that again for you to the area you said. And again, here you can just see that the numbers have just changed to 0.02 over 0.01. So I can go back into Chrome now. I can still be on this screen where I'm previewing the AAK screen because it's just been deployed over the top of it. And I can do a Command and R and refresh the area. And off we go. There we go. So now my screen's looking better. Mixed content warnings, probably should do something about those, but for now, we're okay. It's only an example. You can see all that information is working fine and the scroll's working fine. Brilliant.